So I have to literally redo all my everything. So, which is just what we kind of sign on for. So let's
Yeah,
see.
that's what we do.
So literally everybody's out, right? So actually, that's not true. Giannis is playing. Hey, that's something.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for some projections, some to upload personally. I'm interested, obviously, in the Charlotte situation. I think Devontae Graham on FanDuel is like, it's hard not to.
Why is Rozier out too? I didn't even see that.
Rozier's out.
There you go. Why not? Why not?
Let
me just see something.
Devontae Graham, and with Drummond out, like obviously Jared Allen, but also some JaVale McGee and some Cedi Osman.
Sure. Sure, why not? Well, with Larry Nance and Drummond out, you need more power forward. So it's I'm thinking I might just lock in Dylan Windler and just be done with it, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean that's what everybody. I mean, I'm sure he's going to end up being 70% owned as a result, but whatever. All right, let me see.
Osman is a great player. I like all of these Cleveland guys now.
Well, first of all, I mean Jared Allen's is like ridiculously lockish, right? I mean,
yeah, it's hard to find that fade in there. But you can, I mean, so now Zeller's like a tournament play.
Oh no. I was finally getting into. I was getting into your into Mitchell Robinson.
I know it's like out the window almost now. It feels like,
or maybe Hassan Whiteside becomes playable now.
He's going to be much lower owned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to fade Jared. Like the more I look, I don't know what I'm really doing if I am. Also, like both balls. Sorry, that sounds weird, but both Lonzo and LaMelo are awesome plays. Obviously.
Now did they announce who is starting in that game, or?
I think LaMelo is starting. Yeah, it looks like LaMelo is starting.
I mean, is it a good play? I mean, it's got to be a good play, right? No,
it's a good play. I don't think it's like an absolute like stone cold lock play. I'm interested to see what happens with New Orleans with their starting lineup personally, because
who's going to start at center?
Jack. Yeah, I know. Will it be Jackson Hayes? Will we maybe get Nickeil Alexander-Walker in the starting lineup? Will it be maybe Josh Hart because he's a good rebounder? Maybe
that's something I was not anticipating. Right?
Hart actually off the bench is a good play either way.
He was actually, yeah, it's funny. I was going to ask about him. He was actually showing up before Adams was ruled out.
Yeah, so LaMelo is starting. I need the updated projections here. So, LaMelo, obviously both balls are in play. I really like Devontae Graham's price on FanDuel.
There's only one thing for sure. The only thing that's now 100% for sure is that Eric, the artist formerly known as Sheets Haber, will not be playing the 888. That is 100%.
Oh, you're just out on it now, huh?
Definitely. Well, I'm never going to be able to get it done in time to come up with something I really like, I don't think. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Something really like, when I hand built this is the end, something really, really says, ooh, that looks awesome. Maybe I'll throw it in and just go on tilt.
Yeah, I gotcha. Let's see more news. D'Angelo Russell is in.
So there you go. There's somebody.
Yeah, at least we don't need to figure that one out, huh?
There is somebody that was in my original lineups that is in. There you got something.
Guys, I'll jump on into the chat in a little bit.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I have a lot of Luka. Jesus.
You now have a lot of Luka?
No, I already did, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do about it.
Let's get one more set to update here, and then I could rerun this and tell you what's going on. We'll figure it out. We got more than plenty of time, and I think that the news is now in pretty much. So,
yeah, I agree.
I mean, who knows? But it's not going to be a COVID game. Full cancellation on us.
You never know.
You never know.
It's 2020.
It's not even 2020.
Or 2021. Yeah, can't even make that joke anymore.
It's all a big joke. Let's see. Right, that's good.
All the other guys like Lou Dort are going to be pushed to the side a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't.
Johnson.
So just one of those things. Ooh, now we can play him, or now we don't have to play him.
For who?
Like guys like Lou Dort.
Well, yeah, I think he's in play.
Okay.
Lou Dort.
So the implication, he wasn't only in play for a lack of value, he was just in play.
Yeah, they made his price so low it was hard not to have some interest in it.
Okay.
Is the way I would put it. Like, he's just a little bit too cheap. I think Giannis is gonna. I mean, he's gonna. Let's see who he grades out as the highest superstar right here. But my guess is it would be Giannis.
You think you like him more than Luka, huh?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
But I think that he will be more popular than these other guys.
People won't be afraid of the blowout risk and all that stuff.
Against Portland?
Yeah. It's a 10-point spread, right? I mean,
it's fair.
I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I don't.
It's going to be like 0-owned again. I mentioned this again is LeBron.
Yeah. I mean, both of them are going to be
right. I mean,
I'm just looking at my FanDuel stuff here. Let's see real quick. People really going to forget to play like all these guys: Sexton, DeRozan.
Now again, that's the question: are people going to forget to play them, or are people just accurately not going to play them because they don't need to? That's the question, right?
Well, Sexton, I mean, there should be a boost to all these guys with Nance and Drummond out against Minnesota.
All right, we're gonna run this. I'm gonna get everything uploaded. Now I'm gonna run it and see what.
It does feel like DeMar DeRozan can't really do that again, right? You know?
I was getting into the other one, man. I was also getting into Aldridge a little bit.
Yeah.
But that was before. Now I got to see what.
All right, I'll tell you what right now. Like, I'm not saying it's a better play, but I do think you can just play Plumlee instead of Zeller and just be different in that thing.
Well, forget Zeller for a second. The real chalk is Jarrett Allen, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really want to fade Jarrett Allen. One of my favorites.
Anybody want to guess? So my top points per dollar player on the whole slate is, drum roll,
Jarrett Allen.
JaVale McGee.
Oh yeah, JaVale McGee, yeah. You could do that.
And second is Jarrett Allen.
Yeah.
And third is Hassan Whiteside. Whee! Okay, so what I'm going to do.
You get McGee for the power forward on FanDuel. I have to say, it's nice.
Oh, my goodness gracious. You know who's a really, really good play? Who remains a really good play? And that's going to be Mr. Lonzo.
Lonzo and LaMelo are both.
Mr. Lonzo and Mr. LaMelo are two of my top 6 points per dollar plays. And then you know who else is still listed really strong? Is Monte Morris.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I actually think I should get more involved in that one. God, it feels weird. I still like, by the way, Kristaps.
Meanwhile, I didn't do it. I have no OKC centers in my runs.
No OKC centers?
Who am I supposed to play?
You mean New Orleans centers?
Sorry, I did it again, didn't I?
Yeah, Jackson Hayes would be the answer, I think.
I think maybe the answer is Zion. No.
The answer might be Zion. That's the other part. All right, I'm going to jump into chat and see any questions. Is Zinger still a good play? Yeah, I still like Porzingis. Any Thad Young interest on DK?
Yeah, he was showing up too in some stuff. Was there some
I know
news
a lot
on
of
that?
people were into this. I think that it's psychotic.
Oh, there you have it.
I understand he put up 240 fantasy point games. He had 11 rebounds, 11 assists in the last game. I mean, they're running things through him. It was against Portland, in all fairness. But then Boston, he had a monster game against before. At 57 on FanDuel, I can see it. At 5,700 on DraftKings on this slate, I just can't see it, guys. Not gonna be able to do it. Eric Gordon and Will Barton. Who do I like more? I actually like Barton a little bit more, but if you're talking about the same price, I'll take Eric Gordon. He's a pretty safe bet for 25, and he is 4.9 on FanDuel. I'm guessing that's why the question was asked. I love Zion, by the way, tonight.
There's a lot of value on FanDuel you could use.
Man, there's a lot of things out there. A lot to go through.
All right, so you want to do this? You want to go you want to do? Want to do something different? You want to do positions on FanDuel first?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, let me pull up FanDuel, and we'll go position by position, and
all right,
I'm gonna rank them. All right. All right. So for me, and this, how am I going to do this? All right. So I'm just going to, point guard. We'll do, you know what I'm doing? This one I'm going to do. We'll do this all at the same time. So I'm going to pull up my I am in the biggest one on FanDuel. So what I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to edit that as we go through this. Oh, FanDuel's deciding to be a pain in the ass tonight, huh? Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what's happening? No. Okay. Let me get FanDuel up, and God forbid it shows where that big lineup is. Why would it? Why would it list it? Okay, so we're going to edit this main lineup. Okay, so I think at point guard, we're going to just clear the whole deck here. I think my favorite play at point guard, and this is like ownership not included, is going to be LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, I actually like Lonzo better, but
you like Lonzo better?
I like them both.
You know,
people need to remember this is
as the kids say, if I'm going to keep it real, right? I actually, you know, I have a better play on FanDuel. This makes any sense at all? Is Bledsoe?
I don't think that you're sneaking through anybody there.
Okay, fine. All
right. Yeah, I think those are. I think Bledsoe will be the third or fourth highest owned. I think LaMelo and Lonzo will be the highest owned, with Wall and Lillard somewhere in the mix.
So I got two cheap value guys. One I've mentioned and one you mentioned earlier. One is going to probably get owned a little bit. The other one I think is just going to get ignored. Monte Morris might get owned a little bit because Gary Harris this, Gary Harris that. But how about Anthony Simons at 3,500?
I think there's a play there. But I think you're better off, like the guy who's going to be ignored now, and he's a great play, is Darius Garland.
He was the next guy. I was going to bring up three guys together. I was going to bring up DeJounte Murray, Garland, and Wall. And
Garland, Morris. This is a pretty tough position. So I really like.
This is what we're going to do.
Look at this price, by the way. I don't care.
Just because this is such a beautiful thing to do, we're gonna do a pair of balls in the point guard.
That's what I've got in one of my big ones.
Okay.
That's the other one, the guy who's now getting forgotten about, and I don't really understand why, is Ja Morant.
He's pretty expensive on FanDuel.
7.8 is not very expensive for him. He's an 8.5 plus player.
Oh, well then.
I just think that he's, they haven't appropriated everything, and he hasn't had the game yet since the thing. It's a good matchup for him. I really like Ja. But I think Garland is interesting. It's interesting. It's a tough position.
All right.
There's a lot of
so shooting guard, and I'm really leaning towards middling stuff. So let's try this. So I still think the best play.
Yeah,
what's that?
On FanDuel, that makes sense. Go ahead. Sorry.
I still think the best play is Halliburton. And then I have Sexton next, which Drummond out certainly helps Sexton's usage in general. And since I probably might have to playing Allen also, or McGee. It's not the worst idea in the world to have him. And then there's Richardson, who we talked about before, if you want to go really deep value. And then if you don't want to play John Moran, if you want to play Dylan Brooks, you could do that, no?
No.
Can't. All right, very easy then.
I don't know what's Dylan Brooks' price over here. He's 5.1. I guess you can. I think that there's better plays at the position personally, but he's not the worst play in the world. Like, get Kevin Huerter, also 4.5, very cheap. Josh Richardson, I have some interest in it at 3.8. I like DeRozan. I like Halliburton as well, but I do like DeRozan and I like Sexton. Those are be the guys who I probably like the best.
I'm going to end up, by the way, wanting a stud on FanDuel. I just see where I'm headed here, but we'll get back to that. No, I'm telling you, but by the time I'm done with the lineup, I'm gonna have like 4,000 left on the table, I think. But we'll see. We'll see.
Can I ask you one really weird thing? Like, what if Devin Booker plays tonight?
You want to play him? You mean?
I'm reaching a little too far, but it was a fun idea for a minute.
All right, small forward. You got Barton. Really, standing out as the top point per dollar play. Quite honestly, you want to just uber direct pivot. Why not just take Michael Porter Jr.?
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, not that that's going to, like you said, that's not going to sneak past anybody either. But I like that. And then like the next, then as usual, small forward's a little weak. So we're in value town now, right? You're Josh Hart. Why not Josh Hart?
Yeah, why not Josh Hart, actually? It's not a bad idea.
And Chetty?
Chetty is you have all the other – Chetty, Barton, even DFS. Michael Porter Jr. is too cheap. Cameron Johnson is really cheap. Lou Dort. There's a lot of really cheap options. I think Chris Middleton is like the most logical mid-range thing. He and Ingram are pretty close, I would put.
That's exactly what we're doing. We're going to go Ingram. You want to know why? Because we got Lonzo and we got Ingram and we'll have Halliburton. Okay.
And while it might be a tough defensive matchup, Gordon Hayward is 7,600, and
yeah, he is, isn't it?
They're down Rozier, so there's some options there. Like, I'm sort of struggling. I have Barton, Middleton, Ingram. Looking at my current lineups, Cam Johnson. I have a little bit of Eric Gordon, Chetty Osman. Eric Gordon feels like a reach at this point, but he made a lot more sense earlier on just because of the price, kind of nuts.
So power forward, which is the better play, Jared Allen or JaVale McGee? If not that those are the only two plays.
I think you want to split them up, obviously, if you're going to play them.
Yeah.
I just want to throw one more guy out there at small forward.
Oh, sure. Go for it.
It's going to feel gross, but Carmelo Anthony.
Okay.
He's really cheap, and this is a team that will, they give up the third most threes in the league. So he's kind of interesting to me. All right, sorry. Power forward. Back to power.
Let's put in Jared Allen just for now.
Okay, so Jared Allen is obviously the guy you most want to get. I like the idea of overspending on Xavier Tillman, which I think people were going to do, but now they're not going to. So I kind of like Xavier Tillman at 5.1. Really like Zion. I love Kristaps. I think he's just going to end up getting forgotten. I know he's projected to have some ownership because he's so cheap over here. Well, first of all, he'll definitely be unowned on DraftKings, but I like Kristaps a little bit as a different type of play. Sort of his own price range. Giannis is obviously a great spend up. What else you got, Sheets? Oh, Baisley too. Darius Baisley. But I would put Jared Allen ahead of those guys. I just like Baisley. I guess I would put Baisley ahead of Tillman and McGee ahead of. I'll probably split my Jared Allen, JaVale McGee shares on FanDuel. I don't like the JaVale. It's a great matchup for JaVale McGee. I just feels kind of gross every time you play him, but
right.
It's not the worst.
Well, at center. Well, the other guy's a power forward. I don't want to get rid of power forward for a second. Let me just go back to it for a second.
Who else are we missing?
I don't know.
Blake Griffin
we're missing Giannis.
I said Giannis.
Oh, okay.
I said Giannis. I mean, Blake Griffin is 5.4. It's kind of funny. I don't think I'm going to do it.
Not that funny. I mean, that he doesn't have to play when the game's over at the end of the third quarter, right?
There you go.
He doesn't have to play. I mean, he could play.
Yeah. The really sneaky one, maybe PJ Washington. But I don't think I'm going to do that in this matchup. I just think that you're sticking with the guys that I talked about before. Who else do you like?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I was thinking of AD.
That's interesting. What about Julius Randle? Why is no one going to play Julius Randle all of a sudden against the Bulls?
If I play Julius Randle, then you know who I could play?
Who?
Then I could play Enes Kanter.
I like Kanter tonight. Well, we'll get over to center now. Guys, I'll answer some questions. I'll get your QQs in because we've got 35 minutes before lock. Plenty of time. All right.
So value at center, you could. I would go one of two. I would go all the way. Maybe this is stupid. I don't know. You could go all the way to you could play Whiteside at 4K. I mean, there's certainly nothing wrong with that. I mean, he doesn't have to do anything either, but you could play Zeller, like you said, or if you want to play Jackson Hayes, you want to do that, or if you don't like any of that, you could go play Jokic.
Yeah. I need a starting lineup.
But what I'm doing is the exact opposite of all of it and probably play Kanter.
Yeah, I just am finding myself on FanDuel without having – I don't know. Like I have more money to spend. I'm noticing all of a sudden. So I'm going to have to sort of do some rebuilds here. God, it's interesting that no one's going to play Julius Randle.
I have a lineup somewhere in the annals of here where I actually had Levine and Randall and Mitch Robinson. This was on DraftKings, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was like earlier in the day.
I have a Levine Randall in my one of my big ones.
Really, that's awesome.
Yeah, I just think that like Levine gets overlooked too. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Okay, so I think that's decent with FanDuel. Now let's go to DraftKings now. Okay.
Okay.
So let me find the right. I just want to get my main. I want to see if I can build or something really really good that I really really like. And if I can do it, then I'll join you. I'll play for second in the 8K in the 800 because I know you're winning it. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So as I mentioned, we're going to clear the whole deck here. So the top point per dollar play is really JaVale McGee. Is that the story?
I mean,
that doesn't mean I have to play him. I'm just saying.
Sure, that's the story.
Okay, so let's start with Lonzo Ball. Okay, I want guys that can actually do something. So we start with Lonzo Ball, and we'll go back to Halliburton.
I think Jared Allen is harder to fade over here than he is on FanDuel.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay, sorry.
And then who's my score on New Orleans going to be? It's going to be Zion or it's going to be Ingram. So let's slide Zion in. So we'll have Lonzo and Zion with a Halliburton run back and I'd like a starter, but I don't like Fox's price here. I don't think.
Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive. I'm gonna take a quick look in the chat. All right, Diallo, not for me tonight. Sounding sick. No, maybe my throat's a little bit, but I'm okay. Ja will be a 9K in the future. Yes, no doubt. I agree. Dotson in play, not for me, but I get it. I just don't think that you're gonna. I don't like that. Like Quickly tonight against the Bulls. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, he's expensive as hell. Like he has to go completely off to get you like 6x. So it's not my kind of thing. Can you play Middleton and Giannis with no Ball brothers to be different with the ball chalk combo? Yeah, I don't think that it's that different to play Giannis and Middleton, and everybody else you play is probably going to depend on whether you're chalky or not. Jared Allen, yes, of course. No love. So Quickly is at this point would just be okay. We're gonna pray that he's as efficient as he's been. Who are you playing him? You're playing him over the balls? I mean, maybe. Sure, he can do it. He's done it 3 out of the last 4 games. You've got a guy who's absolutely been like on fire too. I don't know, man. I don't think I can get to Quickly today. I get it. It's completely fine. It's just not for me. Other questions. Doesn't Fox have a rivalry? Not really a rivalry. They beat him in the tournament, and Fox won that battle. So I do like Lonzo tonight, and Fox is fine. It's just it's hard to afford him when you all things considered.
If you get who's OKC playing again? They're playing Houston, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't quite get it done for me. D'Angelo Russell is still a good play.
Yep.
I really like this. I have Sexton with Allen with D'Angelo Russell. I have Ball and Halliburton with Zion too. If I can get, this is what's going to do it for you. If I can get a good small forward and forward, boy, that almost does it right on the number. Oof. Well, you don't forget who don't forget who's eligible for small forward, Mr. 5 fantasy points himself, DeRozan.
I do like DeRozan.
And then
I'm in the middle of a tough one here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not playing Lillard on DraftKings again, FYI. Anybody who asked about Lillard. You can play him on FanDuel. I have some of them on FanDuel. Just for me, I just would rather just play Luka at the same price.
Barton on DraftKings would be pretty different.
No, he's not different.
You don't think?
No.
I figured he's 4,100 over there, so on FanDuel, so and maybe not.
Pretty sure his point per dollar is one of the top.
Yeah, I guess so. So I'm still back. I still like that.
He's less owned than he was. I'll tell you that.
I still like that New Orleans Sacramento game. The other thing I want to stress again is I don't want to play. Not that I don't want to play. We talked about this at noon when we talked about DeJounte Murray and we talk about John Wall or whatever. I just don't like the I don't want to say the minutes cap per se, but it just feels like I'm not getting 35 minutes, for example, out of DeJounte Murray. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm getting 35 minutes out of John Wall.
I hear you.
I do kind of feel like I could get it out of Colin Sexton, though.
I hear you.
I'm really into the Sexton with Allen. That's what I'm into.
I like that.
And just hold on.
I'm really having a hard time fading Jared Allen on DraftKings.
Nah, certainly nothing. I'm not gonna argue with that. All right. What else should we talk about on DraftKings? So let me just look at a couple of other guys. We did. Hold on, and then I'll go to some questions. Then I got to build a little bit. So I think that Giannis is. I think you know what I think. I think we're the exact same thing before. I think that Giannis, Luka, and Jokic are just, you know what I mean. Like all three of them are good. You know, and they each have they each have some issues, right? I still think that the guy with the least issues is, well, I shouldn't say that. Luka's got the toughest matchup, but probably the better minutes floor, maybe.
Yeah.
But what I do like, I like playing zero Lillard on DraftKings. I like that. You know what? And we talked about this not just today at noon, but over the last couple of sessions where I told you I was going to remind myself just to not play Lillard against.
He just has to go nuts
against what's his name, against Drew Holiday.
Yeah, but he has to go nuts also. Yeah, especially in a big game. I really think Drew Holiday does a good job on him tonight.
All right, so let me look at
Taurean Prince is starting for Larry Nance. Not a huge surprise there.
Who?
Taurean Prince.
Starting over Devin Windler? I mean, what are they doing over there? It's ridiculous. Zinger, FanDuel, too cheap. I like that. I like Porzingis. Booker playing, coming from Drac. Thank you very much. How about Monte Morris? I think Monte Morris is really, really cheap, especially on FanDuel. Screw DeRozan, maybe. Shetty Love, we talked about. I mean, you have to. With you don't have to, but with Drummond and Nance out, I mean, that's just usage to go around, right?
Right.
Jamal Murray or Sexton? I'm more of a Sexton guy. I think that Murray's. I mean, he's going to be certainly lower owned, but he's got minutes issues also. I'm not minutes issues, but blowout run issues. This Foxborough rivalry.
We haven't talked about Taurean Prince.
Yeah, so that's another one of your specialties.
I think that we should play a little bit of him. This matchup is great. He's going to play 28 minutes probably, maybe even more. I think we should give him a shot here. He's another way to. You can play him with Allen too. It's not like you don't, you leave these guys in different lineups or anything.
All right, I'm going to start printing a little bit here. Okay.
I like Osman better, but I just think he's in play.
All right, let me go to DraftKings. You guys can watch this if you want. It doesn't matter to me.
I'm interested in the Nickeil Alexander-Walker too. Just feels like a lot to pay for him.
Well, how much? What's his price?
48. Morris. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I've almost got my thing figured out here.
Monte Morris?
You can get Giannis and Luka in pretty easily together.
Do you want to do that? Yeah, maybe.
Too cheap.
Yeah. Would you rather just, play Giannis with who are they playing again? Oh, with Lo. Oh, no, I don't know. You don't want to do that.
It's interesting. I don't know.
Your Carmelo play, I mean, that's like really off the wall.
Yeah, I'm sort of flirting with it. I don't know how much I'm going to actually end up with it. It makes a lot of sense, though, right? Like, you got a guy who just got completely played out of the last. I don't know what happened in that game against Chicago. But is he really going to go back to 0 minutes? I know they lost the games previous and they won that game on a buzzer beater, but I don't know, man. One thing about the Blazers is they tend to actually be close all the time. And a lot of people are worried about the game being a blowout. And I get it, but I do think that they do tend to play teams really close. They tend to play up to competition. I don't have any JaVale McGee currently on DraftKings, but I'm going to probably get a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you probably should, no?
Probably.
Let's do this.
I hate liking Cantor as much as I do tonight. It's really gross. I've been like the one trying to get people to fade him too. Doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of Mr. Mr. Allen.
Yeah. We don't have a starting lineup yet from New Orleans. I'm gonna take a look at the chat in a minute, guys. Sorry. Don't have a starting lineup yet. All right. Quick chat stuff. Can you play Middleton and Young? Oh, you already said that one. I already read that one. Any love for Malik Monk? No, it's way too.
Malik Monk. Wow, that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
I understand he's played really well the last couple games, and actually, it's kind of interesting. I don't think I can do it. It's a terrible match. I don't know. It's interesting. I'll give you creativity on that on the Malik Monk play. I do like Monty Morris. Booker's playing. Yeah, Zinger on FanDuel too cheap. Got to get some exposure for sure. SGA against Houston. Love the idea. Houston's been one of the best defensive teams in the NBA without Harden. They've been second best. So I'm not into SGA personally, but there's a lot of other guys in OKC who are super cheap. I'm okay with. Ball Brother with buckets and Hero. Any love? Nope. No love for that. Ball Brothers, yes. That's pretty much all we got. Sheets, what is that thing you're working on over there?
Oh, this is like some of my SaberSim crunches and stuff.
It's crunching right now?
Yeah. I just want to see what they look like. Hold on. Then
Jared Allen starting.
Okay.
Taurean Prince is starting, which we knew, and Devin Booker's playing, which we knew. It is.
What's that?
It's interesting. Like, I don't like this. I end up doing this JaVale McGee thing, and I know it never works.
Why? Why not?
It just never does. It just feels dumb.
That's fair enough.
There's all of these 5K centers on DraftKings in that range are like interesting to me. So you can pivot off of what's his name, Jared Allen. The problem is like one of them is Zeller, who's also going to have some ownership, although it's not going to be what it was. Plumlee, Mitchell Robinson. That's my daughter.
I'm going to do FanDuel in a minute.
All right. Guys, throw in some more questions. I'm going to try and answer them before we get to the thing. And by the way, before anybody asks, no, I wouldn't play JaVale McGee and what's his name together. But I understand it. It's just I'm not going to do that.
They very well might get minutes together though.
It's possible. There's no reason they should against Minnesota. It's like the least likely team they should get minutes together against. No true bigs. But it's possible. I love Ja Morant, guys. I think Ja Morant is going to get left under, like, just way, way too under-owned tonight.
Yeah, so it looks like Jared Allen, I got a 90 ball. So it is what it is. What
does that mean? You have 90%?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jared Allen.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about JaVale McGee for some reason.
No, 90% Jared Allen.
I like that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's that. I am content with that.
I don't mind if you want to double pair these like cheap centers on DraftKings too. I still kind of like Xavier Tillman also.
Okay.
No one's really playing him.
He was a little fishy for a while the other day.
He ended up fine.
He sure did.
Yeah, I think he's actually like a better real life player than people are giving him credit for. PJ Washington, another one who's probably a little underpriced.
He's another 0%er tonight. No.
What do you mean?
He'll be 0% owned.
Yeah, 0% owned. Yeah, I got a little bit of him.
I don't mean owning 0%. I meant they'll be 0%.
I really think with these prices on, I know it's a bad matchup and all this stuff, but I really think with these prices on Luka and Porzingis, like we need to keep trying to play one of these guys. I understand that it's frustrating sometimes and there's been some bad games, but I just think that they're good plays. I don't know what else to say.
Who, Porzingis, you said?
Porzingis and Luka. They're just too cheap. Not together, again, but just.
I'll tell you, Phoenix has not been exactly a gold mine for.
No, absolutely not. They've been good defensively, but like Porzingis, like it's just a price thing. It's strictly a price thing. Luka's going to score 60 more often than not, and he's 10-7, 10 whatever. And Porzingis is going to score 40 more often than not, and he's 7 and 75. And there's obviously massive upside with both those guys.
0 of that. 0 of that. That's fine. You going to get any of the Nickeil Alexander-Walker?
I didn't end up really getting there too much, to be honest.
Like I'm playing like 50 lineups in that FanDuel lottery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting to a little of him. It's a little of him there. I'm doing this thing too. I forgot about that. And after I build these, I'll let you know what my percentiles are at FanDuel. I think I'm going to probably have. We'll find out. But I had DraftKings. I do have some AD and LeBron.
I think it's cool, man. I'm not doing that myself, but I totally like it. I think that it's cool that you're doing it.
Yeah,
I support it.
Did we end up with any of the Detroit revenge guys or no?
A little bit of Plumlee and a little bit of Grant, but not a huge amount. I mean, 80, they're pretty cheap, 80 and LeBron. I wonder if Jackson Hayes is going to end up starting this game.
Well, someone's got to start, right?
Yeah, but
it's either going to be him or Melly, no?
Yeah, it should be. I think that matters. I really do.
What? Who starts?
Yeah, I think that Jackson Hayes is kind of interesting.
Let's do a little.
He'll start too.
So if either of them start, I mean, are they good plays?
I kind of
have to be, no?
I like Jackson Hayes in this matchup.
Yeah.
And as happens every night, everyone's going to forget about Tyrese Halliburton again.
Not me. I'm not forgetting about that.
Not this guy either. Not that one past me.
Let's do this. I'll come back, then we'll do like 10 more minutes of questions because I'm pretty.
Yeah, I feel pretty settled right now too.
I'm pretty. This is like a good lineup too. This isn't bad. Good little single entry ball here. I like that. I want to make sure after I enter these, I don't have too much of anybody I don't want, and then I'll.
I mean, look, there's still news we're going to wait on for later. That's the truth. We're getting some, we have a little bit of, we don't really have any, there's still a lot of information that could come through. New Orleans starting lineup is a big part of it. Is Josh Richardson and George still in play? Yes.
Sure.
can we get another 50 from Hayward? Are those days over? Nope. We can definitely get another 50 from Hayward. He's cheap enough. And I don't mind it. Drac won $20K on an $88 tournament with McGee. Great. I have some McGee tonight too, even though I don't like it. Got me on Graham over Quickly. Yeah, I like Graham as Graham is definitely a better play than Quickly. Sheets, wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
I've
got 70 of Allen on FanDuel.
Hayward without Rozier, a terrible matchup. But Hayward is still a strong play, I think. You get 70% who on FanDuel?
Allen.
Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Jared Allen, and I've got McGee kind of split with him there. I got a lot of Randall and Porzingis on FanDuel.
I got like a decent chunk of Giannis on FanDuel.
I was going to, maybe I'll regret it, but I feel like today I just decided just to skip it. I do have the one big Luka and Giannis lineup together, but other than that, I don't really. But you know what I'm doing? I'm playing a bunch of these like weird like values, like McGee, Monty Morris, Lou Dort, Jackson Hayes. You know what I mean? There's not.
I have 5% of Mason Plumlee on the FanDuel.
Naz Reid is available to play off the bench. Well, I did have some love earlier in the day for Jaden McDaniels, and that'll kill any of that.
Just kind of strolling here to make sure. Yeah, I mean, Allen's got to do something today. But I should. I mean.
He better.
He should. No Allen and no Drummond. No Nance and no Drummond.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen. I honestly, foul trouble. I'm trying to figure out the justification for fading him, and I don't have a good one yet.
All right, so that's good. Let's check some
DraftKings. I still think on FanDuel there's other routes you can go, but it's
Well, let me see. Let's think of is there any direct pivots I can make?
You know who's going to smash tonight and no one's going to play is Bam Adebayo.
I was thinking about who I could run back the LaMelo with.
He's going to just destroy that team. He's going to kill him. He's in foul trouble. Let's see. We don't need any.
Tonight that Alec Burks scores 50 fantasy points.
I mean, you never know with that guy.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
As long as he gets minutes, he's always got a chance. They're going to start. I mean, Edwards is going to start shooting the ball more. I don't know. I can't do it.
More little thing here.
I mean, again, people are going to jump to Sexton maybe, but they don't think they're going to play Garland.
Let me see something.
Guys, I'll answer some more questions in just a minute.
That's about right. Get much of that Allen. D'Angelo Russell's in, right?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Why do you guys like Allen so much tonight? Because there's no Drummond and no.
Yeah, there's no Drummond, there's no Nance,
You could look at every position, every projection system in the world right now, and they're all going to rate.
And Minnesota does not have really good defense against centers.
There's pretty much it's the smorgasbord of everything to like about him. Even at a low minutes projection, he's still projecting to be so much higher scoring than everybody else, except for maybe JaVale McGee.
Yeah.
Which is what you do. If you don't want to play him, you play by JaVale McGee. That's fine. How about the old Matt? Definitely is not going to be owned by anybody as Mitchell Robinson. I'm going to throw some Mitchell Robinson up there. Sheets. If you just play Mitchell Robinson and Allen, Boom, there you go. You get 100 fantasy points from those guys, and you're good.
Mitchell Robinson's going to give you how many exactly? 22?
He's going to get you 40. You don't think so? You don't think it's doable?
That would be double his top of the season, right?
Yeah, fair.
I don't know.
No, he's put up 40 before a few times.
And why is Thad Young getting this traction?
He's been playing well.
Oh, all right.
And we still don't have Wendell Carter Jr., but that's nothing new. All of the guys we mentioned on the video earlier are just going to be unowned plays, like guys like Lonnie Walker or Lou Dort's going to be owned because he's so cheap. But
these guys are going to play. This McGee and Allen are going to play together.
Yeah. Are they?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
I just don't see. I mean, it's possible.
Are you saying why should they?
Yeah, there's literally no logical reason I can think of why they would.
Yeah.
DDR, I still love DDR tonight. You do have other good options though with Hayward and that's too much Sexton. Hayward and by the way, D'Angelo Russell, we should probably at least acknowledge that he's like 7K and he has like easy 55 plus upside.
Who?
D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't love playing him in general, but I do think that he can play. Porzingis, and then we like Sexton. But Sexton, you get that nice little shooting guard eligibility too.
Yep. Couple with him. That's fine. Let's get rid of this one.
I do think John Wall is still in play on DraftKings. I just think that it doesn't feel like the right optimal time to do it, but I don't think it's bad.
Who?
John Wall. He's 2,900.
What starts when here?
Say that one more time.
I'm saying what game starts when?
Most of the games are later. We just have the early ones are Charlotte and Miami, I believe. I mean, that's just one of them. Sorry. Charlotte, Miami, the Lakers, and Hawks, and then we've got 10 minutes. I'm going to take a look in the chat and see if there's any questions out there, guys. Is Prince a lock on DK? No, he's not a lock, but he's in play.
I definitely like
Barton on DK. I like Barton. I don't think it's like an amazing play, but I think that he's fine. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about Barton there. I don't know what else to say. Is there somebody I like better than Barton? Actually, that's a good question. No, I don't think so.
Is there somebody that you like better than Barton, you were asking?
I think Nickeil Alexander-Walker is like a good pivot.
Sneaky little revenge. We got the Dennis Schroeder.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can do it on this slate, but sure, some other slates, why not? God, Tyrese Halliburton feels like stealing.
Halliburton?
It feels like he's just getting 30 all day here. All right, let's see, guys. If there's any last questions in chat, I will take a look and answer in 2 seconds.
And who do we think is starting for the Pels?
Jackson Hayes is the projected starter, but we don't know.
Melly will get minutes though, right?
Yeah. DeRozan lock on fit. I hate the word lock, guys. If you guys know me, I just think it's a dumb word to use that everybody likes to throw out there. And I hear other analysts lock like 12 players, which is not possible, obviously. So I'm not going to be that guy. So I don't do the lock thing. Any love for Quickly? I think he's got a good chance of having a good game. There's no way I can get to playing him on this slate. Butler in your cash game lineup. Okay. Pelicans will start Ball, Bledsoe, Ingram. Oh, Williamson and Hayes. There you have it. Thank you very much, Zane. So we do have Jackson Hayes in the mix. So what I'm doing, if I'm playing Jackson Hayes, I'm playing him with McGee. If I'm going to play any of Zeller or Plumlee or whatever, I'll play them with Jared Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like just
yeah.
And that's pretty much all she wrote.
Hold on, we're gonna get rid of this. And then this is what we're gonna do. Last little change here.
All right. Well, good luck to us, guys. We're about to get it going. Anybody else with anything else before we get out there? Barrett as DK. Yeah, Barrett's a good GPP play. I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
I get to myself. Otherwise, guys, please like and subscribe. We don't really have anything else I think to go over. Any other questions I will answer in the next 30 seconds. Otherwise, good luck to everyone.
Yep. Good luck, everybody. And let's see if I can get one more little mass change before they lock me out. Let's find out. Do it great. Not too late. We'll see what happens. See if they give it to me. If they give it to me, great. If not, no big deal. Oh, didn't make it. All right. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, everybody. We'll see you later. Good luck, Sheets.
Yeah. Hey, baby.
It's like the conferences. I have to open up the door to let you know that it's time's up.
I know I have to
What?
finish that.